So we'll start, so everyone can rise, and we'll start with our first song. We'll redo like Zoom. So our first song. So this is a time where we do worship and a space. This is our prayer room. So here we just sing songs. It's your personal time with God. And if you don't know the song in particular, you can just read the lyrics however you feel you connect. Some people prefer to sing out loud. If you prefer to sing in your heart, then you can do so too. But yeah, don't feel afraid of having to fit some kind of box, but however you feel comfortable worshiping, do as you feel at ease. So we can start this first song.
So dies the world of sinfulness.
Okay. So to reintroduce this place again, this is our prayer room. So we start off by greeting and just offering a bow of respect. They are our founders of our movement. This is Father, Mother, Moon, and they have built this movement since 1960. And we have these prayer rooms all throughout the United States as well as outside of the US in different countries. And we've established these types of prayer rooms we call the Chunshimwon. So these candles that you see represent, each individual candle represents something, each person. One represents God, our heavenly parent, and then along the line, up until the very end, the last one represents all humanity, so, and our ancestors. And this place is a place where we can come and pray, and any questions that we may have in our hearts, this is where you can just offer it up. And a lot of times, maybe it may feel like your prayers aren't heard or answered, but know that here, God can hear you and listen to you and hear your heart. So just know that this is a safe place to just talk with God, wherever that you may be at in your relationship with God. Like, God is always there to listen. And so as we go into our next song, or this, we'll go into a bow. Oh, you don't have to exit this. It's okay. But we're after our bow, we're gonna go into 1 second. 前のやつ。でも普通にリリックがないやつ使って感謝のことをするから。で、これをだからもう一回探してタグ作ってあ YouTube に音がない音楽がない音だけ。So let us just start with bow respect. So I say bow, and then we bow, and then I'll say release. So to our heavenly parents and true parents, half bow and release. And so during this time, we usually go into a gratitude prayer. So I'm sure there's a lot of things that you're grateful for, whether it be in this past week, whether it be in today. Maybe it could be from even beyond this past week, all that you're grateful for. So just talk with God and thank God for even the smallest of things, and recognize those bits of pieces, how God has been there in your day. So we'll take 3 minutes and take this time just for your own individual prayer, whether you want to pray out loud or inside. 3 minutes. Going into our next song. So this song is titled He Knows My Name. And this is a song about God knowing who you are, wherever you are, whatever place that He can.
I have a maker. He formed my heart before even time began. My life was in His hand. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. I have a Father. sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. He knows my name. He knows my every thought. He sees each tear that falls and hears me when I call. He hears me when I call.
Go into our next song. This song is titled How Great Is Our God.
The splendor of a king, clothed in majesty. Let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, trembles at his voice. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God. Age to age he stands, and time is in his hands. Beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead three in one, Father, Spirit, and Son. The Lion and the Lamb, the Lion and the Lamb. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God. Name above all names, worthy of all praise. My heart will sing how great is our God. You're the name above all names. You are worthy of all praise. And my heart will sing how great is our God. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God.
believe we're going into a reading, so we're going to go into our reading next. So we can all be seated. So we're going to be reading a speech that Mother Moon gave in 2017. So she gave this speech in an event for International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace. So it stands for IAPP. So it might say that acronym throughout this speech, but just know it stands for International Association for Parliamentarians for Peace. So this was back in 2017, February 4th. So it reads, distinguished guests, esteemed members of the International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace, from 120 countries, it is wonderful to see you all. We all wish for a free world, a united, peaceful world. However, if you look at the world's current state, walls exist between religions and cultures, and borders exist between countries. Nations are moving further towards selfishly putting their own benefit first, hindering the pursuit of a united world. What happened to the wish that you and heaven held? Originally, the true owner of the world was God. From all created things to all human beings, all belongs to God. However, humankind does not realize that. They do not understand the relationship between God and humanity. That is why, throughout history, countless divisions and wars between nations have occurred. Nations' selfishness in pursuing only their own interest has pushed harmony and unity further away. This has been the history of civilization. When we look at the reality of the world we live in, we worry that we will be unable to say that the future of our descendants is a hopeful one. If that is the case, for you to fulfill your responsibilities is important. Originally, God the Creator made every other living thing and then made humankind's ancestors, Adam and Eve. God gave them responsibilities. Consequently, all human beings today are the result of Adam and Eve's inability to fulfill their responsibilities. God in human affairs. However, because of the principle of creation, God could not just sit back and watch fallen human beings. God originally had a dream for humankind. God wanted to be the true parent of humankind. However, humankind's ancestors, Adam and Eve, had hurt God. They thwarted God's dream. Nevertheless, God could not give up on the dream he had when creating human beings, the dream of embracing all humankind as his children. Therefore, God developed messianism within the fallen world, so that a Messiah, able to achieve God's dream and become the successful human ancestors, could come. In order to fulfill heaven's dream, God chose a people from among those in the fallen world and prepared them for 4,000 years through indemnity, restoration, and education. Ultimately, after 4,000 years, God was able to send his only son, the Messiah, who could fulfill his dream. However, looking at history, we all know what happened to the only Son of God. If 2,000 years ago, the only Son, Jesus, had met the only daughter, they would have become the true parents of all humankind. They would have realized the dream of one family under God through the great Cain-type empire, the Roman Empire. As events transpired, the central figures around Jesus, the Israelites, that is, central people within Judaism, could not fulfill their responsibilities. Jesus had no choice but to take the way of the cross, saying he would return. Jesus said he would return and hold the marriage supper of the Lamb. Those words meant that after the 2,000 years of Christian history, when the Messiah would finally come, he would find the only daughter and they would become the true parents of all humankind. True parents heal. When you look at the state of the world today, there is no center. Small nations and larger nations only think of their own interests. In our hearts, we all desire to have a united world, a peaceful, happy, united world. But so many walls block our way. However, today we have gathered here under one large dream, which means that you are dreaming the same dream as true parents are, and as God, our Creator, is. The only path to solving all the different problems of the world today is through the manifestation of the true parents, who can heal all the problems of all nations, whether rich or poor. I am saying that all nations, all of you, must attend God, our Creator, our Heavenly Parent, in your nations in order for world peace to come. God raised true parents through the long period of 6,000 years, through the course of restoration through indemnity. True parents are the only ones who, as the Bible says, can engraft the wild olive tree and the cultivated olive tree. It is only through that, through receiving the blessing from the true parents, that you can stand as God's filial children. Consider this. We who have gathered here today are in a parent-child relationship with God. You are able to be God's children because the mistake of our first human ancestors, which prevented us from uniting in a parent-child relationship with God, have been rectified through indemnity. Restore your nations. Therefore, together with true parents, UPF, which stands for Universal Peace Federation, and IAPP, International Association for Parliamentarians of Peace, will become the able UN in name and in reality. That means that all the problems of the world will heal in reality through true parents. This movement of creating the kingdom of heaven on earth through educating and healing with a parental heart is Chanoguk. Chanoguk means kingdom of heaven on earth. I would like to say today to the members of IAPP from many nations of the world, please become tribal messiahs of your respective nations. I pray you will become proud national messiahs who will save the people of your nations by educating them through the teachings of the substantial true parents. Will you do that? Thank you. Okay. Choose. So this is the reading for today. She gave this back in 2017. And basically her audience is respected leaders and people who are also kind of aligned with this vision of this organization that they created, which are, parliamentarians who are fighting for a world of peace, fighting for a world where people are wanting to create unity and harmony between different religions, nationalities, countries, and kind of taking out the line between different borders, right? In the world, we see so many borders between peoples, between countries, between gender, and this organization that they created is trying to bring the focus back to how can we not separate from each other as people, but how can we come together and see, not just despite the differences, how can we see according to this one dream, this aligned with heaven's dream, aligned with God's dream. And if we're all fighting and working towards this dream together, we're not fighting for separate goals. We're not going towards different things and selfishly trying to, raise up our nation just because of our own interest, but it's for the whole. As a whole, we're coming closer to this ideal of one family under God, a world where we're all working together and not destroying the world in our own separate ways. So, yeah, if we could scroll down. Stop there. Because she even talks about descendants and, a lot of times people just live selfishly because they're alive and they don't seem to recognize that beyond them, after they pass, there's going to be people who are continuing to live, right? Descendants of this world who are going to maybe have to live with all the things that we leave them behind with. And we want to leave them behind with things that they can be proud of this world, things that they can, be happy in the world and not feel like we left them with the crumbs and bits, and having them to build back the world to God's ideal. So it's really, how can we create a world now where even in the future, those descendants that come can feel like this is where they want to be and this is what we created it for them, and not just selfishly just living in the time that we're living in now, but thinking beyond this era. And it goes into this also in ignorance, that if you go down a little bit more, talking about human history and how this, even the understanding of humanity needing a Messiah, like this understanding of why did even we as people come to think, even in religion, think that we needed a Messiah. Maybe it's because there's this underlying like understanding that the world is corrupted and we need to get back to what we lost. And so it's we see, even as human beings, that the state in which the world is and the state in which we are living is not where we should be, and not the ideal in which God had created the world to be. And maybe that's where this place where people are seeking and searching for Messiah comes from, is to achieve this dream and this vision and goal that God had instilled in us from the beginning. And
Yeah.
you go down. And even in the biggest religion out of all religions, Christianity, right, they talk about Jesus Christ and how he's the Messiah, that God had prepared time and history to send his only son, Jesus. Yet, if God had sent Jesus as the Messiah to save all humanity, the Israelites at that time, it was difficult for them to receive Jesus as the Messiah. If you even read the Bible, there's a lot of parts where the Pharisees, Sadducees, they call out Jesus for being a blasphemer and a liar. And if God had intended to bring a Messiah, a prepared person in a prepared people, in a prepared environment, then why were the people and the environment not prepared to receive Jesus and unite and understand his mission and why he came? So even humanity, not only does God hold a responsibility to help restore humankind to its ideal, but us, humanity, needs to come to a place and own our responsibility to understand who the Messiah is and what the Messiah came to do, which was to be this example, the model couple in which we can understand true love. Originally, it was Adam and Eve, right, being the first ancestors, but they fell away from God and lost this connection with God. And since that, for thousands of years, up until Jesus being the only, claimed as God's only son, finally God, through him, can reestablish a relationship with his children. But still then, the people of that time could not receive God's son, and we lost the only opportunity that we can reconnect with God. And since then, religion has been trying to guide humanity back from this ignorance of not knowing who God is as our parent, to trying to slowly bring us back. And that, in terms of biblical years, is 6,000 biblical years. But even that can feel longer because that is just what's written in the book. But there's many more beyond what's written before that we don't even know of, because God is beyond time and space. So, yeah, this reading, I can just feel that the time we live in, or even our life, is so precious because we need to think beyond just maybe our only like 100 years that we'll live on earth. The earth existed even before us and will exist even after us. So like it comes down to what is, the purpose of our life, right? Why are we sitting in these chairs, and why do we pray? Why are we trying to seek and understand what a relationship with God is like? And this reading summarizes that God's dream was a world where he can be connected with all of his creation, and his ultimate creation was humankind, his children. But he lost that from the very beginning. And so that has been God's dream ever since, for those 6,000 years. And we as individuals, us trying to reestablish that relationship with God and realizing that relationship, is a step to bringing about this ideal, God's ideal and God's dream. So, yeah. And then eventually, right, when we can understand this dream, when we're all connected to one dream, the way we see the world will be the same. And this is where she's saying all these conflicts and wars that we see won't exist anymore when we are according to one united dream. Yeah. So that's some of my reflection. Maybe we can pass the mic around and say a few things, what you thought. We're gonna pass the mic around. Oh,
Um, yeah, I like the fact that um, True Mother always thinking about others, not, and like in the paragraph it stated how other nations, kind of just think about themselves, and not just nations, states and stuff like that, just kind of think about themselves, but uh, the true mother thinking about everybody and uniting the world through religions and um through religions and other stuff. So yeah, it's just good. I mean, I just like the fact that she thinking about everybody else and just trying to unite everybody. So that's my takeaway. It's just one or two words.
Um, I think this is a very insightful passage as it delves through the layers of our relationship with God and how he sent down um the or his attempt in preparing a true parent for humanity, and the conflicts throughout human history of us being unable to cope and understand our responsibility properly. And I think with good and great efforts, we can realign ourselves with our purpose that goes for everyone, but it would take a lot of effort and focus.
Right. Thank you, Nami. Okay, so as when she said right here, when you look at the state of the world today, there's no sinner, small nations and large nations only think of their own interests. In our hearts, we all desire to have a united world, which made me think when Nami pointed the right, when Nami pointed, I was not paying attention, but um, it made me think that I can give an example. In Africa, there's this thing that Muslim, Christian and Muslim, we do not talk to each other. Like, you are not supposed to have a Muslim friend. That's how it is in Africa. Like, you don't talk to them, you don't do anything. And then when your parents see you with a Muslim friend, you kind of like a disgrace to the family. So Christian and Muslim in Africa, we are not like united. And that's truly sad because the world of today, if you look at the world of today, it's the same thing. Everybody just parts, and I think if we come together as one nation and we all desire to have a united world, then I think we will have a peaceful and happy life. So, my thing.
For me, I like the point Nami made about thinking bigger because even if we die or like in 100 years, there will still be people living here. So I think it's important to find our purpose and find a way to help those that will still be here.
Uh, so I really like the all the lecture that Mother Moon has made, and I feel it's very insightful, and I really feel that as Nami mentioned that we have some responsibility when we leave the earth. We have to make sure that the place we are living, it needs to be far better for our people who are coming up, coming and become our next generations, and that is very important. And I also agree the idea of one world and one nation, and the idea of a united nation when everyone live peacefully and see the bigger picture rather than just indulging themselves into their own small desires and own small, what can I say, like their own small desire, own small interest, I would say. Thank you.
Anything, Kenta? Or on Zoom?
Speak loud. Okay. Um. mm, um. I I forgot the sentence. Couldn't I can't find. Um. We we have to study the Christianity history. Uh, mm, um, because Christianity is the key, is the key to the united the to become the unite the world. But I'm Japanese. In Japan, the people who believe in religion, people who believe in religion tend to be considered crazy. So, unite. So, yeah, it's too very hard to spread the Christianity to Japan or Asian country. Yeah, but yeah, I think it is correct. It is true. So yeah, yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you're sharing. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Yes. Okay. So we're going to go into our next song. So we can rise, and there may be more songs you don't know, but yeah. This song is called Broken Vessels. So. This next song is about a song between a conversation of you and God. And yeah, hopefully you relate to God like this too.
Dear God, I've been trying awful hard to make you proud of me, but it seems the harder that I try, oh, the harder it becomes. And I feel like giving up most of the time. Dear God, I've been chasing their approval and it's killing me. And I know the more I try to prove, oh, the less I have to show. And I'm stuck inside my head most of the time. But if I pray a little harder, if I follow all the rules, I wonder, could I ever be enough? 'Cause I try and try just to fall back down again. And I ask myself, why do I try to chase the wind? I should lean into the mystery. Maybe hope is found in the melody. So I wanna try again. Oh, I'm gonna try again.
Dear child, I hope you know how much I love you, and I'm proud of you. And please believe the thoughts I have for you will never change or fade away. And it felt like giving up, I never did. 'Cause I'm not scared of imperfections or the questions in your head. Know that you have always been enough. 'Cause you tried and tried, and I saw you wrestle with every how and every why. I was right there listening. So just fall into the mystery. I'll meet you in the melody. Try just to try again. My child, would you try again? My child, you can love again.
That was a song. Hope you guys liked it. Hopefully you felt that's God talking to you. So, yes, we're going to sing one last song, and then we'll go into our unison prayer. So this song, I feel, although it's in Korean, we can try to sing it in English. I'll try to sing it in English. Although this is missing another P, it's supposed to be happiness. So it talks about, oh yeah, he knows how to sing it in English, or I mean Korean. But yeah, it talks about, you know, from your standpoint, this is your happiness. When you understand that God is here, when you understand who God is, your life is filled with happiness. So, play this. I'll try my best to sing it in English. The melody may be off, but you can try to follow me.
사는 삶 가진 것이 적어도 감사하며 사는 삶 내게 주신 작은 힘 나눠주며 사는 삶 이것이 나의 삶의 행복이라오
화려하지 않아도 정결하게 사는 삶 가진 것이 적어도 감사하며 사는 삶 내게 주신 작은 힘 나눠주며 사는 삶 이것이 나의 삶의 행복이라고
이것이 행복이라고 세상은 알 수 없는 하나님 선물 이것이 행복이라고 하나님의 자녀로 살아가는 것 이것이 행복이라오
Try your best.
눈물 날 일 많지만 기도할 수 있는 것 억울한 일 많으나 주를 위해 참는 것 비록 짧은 작은 삶 주 뜻대로 사는 것 이것이 나의 삶의 행복이라오
눈물 날 일 많지만 기도할 수 있는 것 억울한 일 많으나 주를 위해 참는 것 비록 짧은 작은 삶 주 뜻대로 사는 것 이것이 나의 삶의 행복이라고
이것이 행복이라고 세상은 알 수 없는 하나님 선물 이것이 행복이라고 하나님의 자녀로 살아가는 것 이것이 행복이라오 이것이 행복이라오 세상은 알 수 없는 하나님 선물 이것이 행복이라고 하나님의 자녀로 살아가는 것 이것이 행복이라고
이것이 행복이라고 세상은 알 수 없는 하나님 선물
이것이 행복이라오 하나님의 자녀로 살아가는 것 이것이 행복이라오 이것이 행복이라오
True. I like this song because it talks about when you know you're a child of God, you can't deny that. That's them too. but our movement made songs. So, yeah. Okay, so this time is you and God. Maybe you don't really you feel like you know who God is. It's okay. And you can just start off by just meditating. And if that's how you feel like you can connect, even if you feel like you're not at a place where you could connect, then yeah, you can start there. But yeah, this is a safe place. You can pray out loud, you can pray in your heart. But yes, take this time and offer a unison prayer. So all together, just your personal prayer to God. So you may all begin your unison prayer.
순한 사랑으로 안으시네 그 크신 품으로 감싸시네 절망 속에도 흔들리지 않고
간절히 기도하리.
부모님 주신 은혜 생각하며 오늘도 감사하며 나가리. 고난과 핍박이 따르더라도 부모님 뜻을 위해 살리라.
신령과 진리로 나아가리. 어머님 모시고 나아가리. 아버님 역사하신 이곳에서 눈물로 간절히 기도하리. 전심원 기도로 나아가리. 전심원 기도로 나아가리. 전심원 기도로 나아가리. 어머님 모시고 나아가리. 아버님 역사하실 수 있도록 눈물로 간절히 기도하리. 전심원 기도로 나아가리. 어머님 모시고 나아가리. 아버님 역사하실 수 있도록 눈물로 간절히 기도하리. 전심원 기도로 나아가리. 전심원 기도로 나아가리.
Okay, so to close out our worship, our prayer nights, we like to do cheers of victory. So we call them cheers of Okmanse. It's Korean. So this is just, Okmanse means 10,000 years of victory. So in hopes that, you know, our prayers, when we pray for bigger things, when we pray for bigger things like peace in the world, right? We want it to happen. We want it to be a victory and that to actually come to fruition. So kind of like offering up our prayers, we like to end off in these victory cheers. So if you could follow me. So our first cheer of victory goes out to our heavenly parent and true parents. Akmanse! To these Blue Dragon evening prayer vigil and worship night. Akmanse! And to our Atlanta family community. Akmanse! So let us conclude by offering another bow of respect. So 하늘 부모님, 참 부모님, 경배, bow, release. Thank you everyone for joining tonight. And yes, announcement. We do have a town hall meeting this Friday at 4:30. So if you want to know more about our new property, please come. We're going to be talking about our the property that we're thinking about. And if you really want to put in your insight, or if you have any ideas of what you want to implement in the new property, please come, because this is this property, this new space is a place where we want everyone to come and to share and to build this together. And when we can input our ideas, we have an idea of what everyone hopes for in a community. So, yes. And then besides that, young adults, we have our Puerto Rico trip from August 1st through the 5th. So if you're interested, please register. Early bird ends July 19th, and from then the price for registration goes from $380 to $4 something. So yes, but if you want, you can pair up with someone, and if you pair up with a registrant, then it'll be half and half. So the second person will be 150, but you can split it instead of 360. So 360 plus 150 is 230, I think, per person instead of 380. So if you want to go to Puerto Rico, you can split with someone. Yes. And yeah, again, if you are blessed and you want to become a matching supporter, remember that the 5th through the 7th of July is the retreat. And yes, that's about it for announcements. So thank you guys for joining tonight. Thank you everyone that joined here, all the young people here. And we'll see you guys tomorrow and next week. See you guys. Good night, Mama Coco. Okay.